Welcome to English with Abby and Torai. I'm Abby, and today we are continuing talking about phrasal verbs. If you have not watched our other video on phrasal verbs, be sure to do that. It will give you a good basis on understanding phrasal verbs. You can find it in the description below. But today we will talk about how to use pronouns with phrasal verbs. Where the pronouns go, where you put the pronoun, how to use pronouns, how to know where to put the pronoun as well. So, as a reminder, phrasal verbs are created by having a verb plus one or two particles, one or two small particles. That means one or two small words that would act like a preposition or an adverb. So, a verb plus one or two small words like a preposition or adverb. So here I have some examples of phrasal verbs used with nouns. And I will read them and talk about how to turn the noun into a pronoun. A reminder that pronouns are words like he, she, him, her, it, they, them. Pronouns replace nouns in sentences. Pronouns replace nouns in sentences. We also have another video on pronouns if you want a refresher or want to know more about pronouns as well. So the first example, turn the computer off. Turn the computer off. So our phrasal verb is turn off, and the computer is the noun in the sentence. Now, you can see that turn off is a separable phrasal verb because it can be separated and the noun can go in the middle. So if we replace the computer with a pronoun, it would become it. It because the computer is singular, it, and the computer does not have a gender, so it is just it. Turn the computer off. So here, if we replace it with, or the computer with it, we would say turn it off. And here you can see the pronoun in the middle of the phrasal verb, in the middle of the phrasal verb. When a phrasal verb can be separated, the pronoun must go in the middle. It does not make sense to say turn off it. Turn off it. The pronoun must go in the middle of the phrasal verb. Let's try another one. Pick up the box. Pick up the box. So here is our phrasal verb, pick up, and here is the box. The box is the noun in the sentence. It again is singular and non-gendered, and so it would be it again. So here in the sentence, if we said pick the box up, that does work. Pick up is a separable phrasal verb. Therefore, we must put the pronoun in the middle. Pick it up. It does not make sense to say pick up it, but the pronoun must go in the middle of the phrasal verb because it is separable. The next example, look after the kids. Look after the kids. Look after is the phrasal verb in this sentence, and then the kids is the noun. The kids is a plural noun, meaning more than one, and it is multiple, the kids, and so we say them. Also because them is an object pronoun, and the kids is the object of the sentence, and so we need to use them as an object pronoun. Look after the kids. Now, it does not work to say, look the kids after. That does not make sense. Look after is not a separable phrasal verb. It is inseparable. So, we would say, look after the kids. Look after the kids. Look after them. You would say them. Look after them. Them being our pronoun. Look after them. We cannot say look them after. That does not make sense. So here the pronoun goes at the end of the sentence. The next, call back your teacher. call back your teacher. So here we have our phrasal verb call back, meaning to call someone after they have called you. Call back your teacher. Your teacher is a singular noun. It's a little tricky because we don't know if this teacher is a male or female, and so there's a couple ways we can do it, but call back your teacher. So call back is a separable phrasal verb. We could say call your teacher back. So it works to separate it. So therefore we must put the pronoun in the middle. So we would say call, and then here, this is what I would do if I don't know the gender, him/her back. Call him/her back. Because your teacher, we don't know if it's a male or female, and so we say him or her. Call him or her back. The final example, run into your classmate. Run into your classmate. The phrasal verb here is run into. Run into. This means that you see someone outside that you weren't expecting to see, and you saw them, and you say, oh, I ran into this person, or I ran into this person, or run into your classmate. Not physically running into someone, it just means you see them unexpectedly. So run into is not a separable noun. So we cannot say run your classmate into. That would not make sense. So here we would say run into, and again, your classmate is a singular noun. And so we would say him/her, because we're not sure of the gender of this person. And him and her are object pronouns. If it was used as the subject of the sentence, we would say she or he. And so we have call him or her back, run into him or her. And so you can see here him or her used in the middle where it must be in the sentence. And then here used at the end because run into is an inseparable phrasal verb. Okay, let's do a quiz now to test your knowledge on pronouns of phrasal verbs. Okay, let's test your knowledge of pronouns and phrasal verbs here. I have 4 questions with 2 examples of each. You can pause the video, read over them, and decide which is correct, and I will go over it now. So you can pause the video, test your knowledge, see which one is correct, and then come back and hear the correct answers. So for number 1, A, turn it off, or B, turn off it. Turn it off, turn off it. Here, turn off is a separable phrasal verb, therefore the pronoun needs to go in the middle. A is correct. Turn it off. Number 2, look after them, look them after. Look after them, look them after. Here, look after is not a separable, it is inseparable. Therefore, look after them is correct. Them, being the pronoun, cannot go in the middle of the phrasal verb. Look after them. Number 3, pick up it, pick it up. Pick up it, pick it up. Here, pick up is a separable phrasal verb. Therefore, the pronoun must go in the middle. Pick it up. Therefore, B is the correct answer. Pick up it does not make sense because the pronoun must go in the middle. The final example, run into her, run her into. Run into her, run her into. Run into is an inseparable phrasal verb. Therefore, A is correct because we cannot separate run into. Her must come at the end of the sentence, not in, or after the phrasal verb, and not in the middle. So I hope this was helpful for you better understanding pronouns and phrasal verbs and where to put them. and how to know where to put them as well. Mostly it comes with memorizing whether the phrasal verb is separable or inseparable. But also remember, don't just memorize the phrasal verbs, practice using them in sentences, and this will help you sound more natural when you use them in everyday language or everyday practice as well. So please like or share or comment on this video with your own sentence using a pronoun and phrasal verbs. Share with someone else who is learning English, and we will see you in the next video.